What if, from the world of urban legends, the Midnight Library truly exists on the dark web? This chilling theory claims there's a secret site only accessible at midnight, filled with forbidden books and videos revealing humanity's darkest secrets. Some say it's run by an ancient cult, while others believe it's an AI collecting souls through curiosity. Those who claim to have visited report cursed knowledge, paranoia, or even vanish without a trace. Its origins may be rooted in real disappearances linked to deep web exploration. Would you dare to search for it? Subscribe for more nightmares.
When the Thompson family moved into Willow Lane, they were greeted by an unsettling silence. The houses around them, once lively with laughter and chatter, now stood eerily still. Days turned into weeks, and the Thompsons noticed something strange. Not a single neighbor ever ventured outside. Curious yet unnerved, they peered through their windows, hoping to glimpse their silent neighbors. Yet each time the curtains remained drawn. One evening, as shadows lengthened, a distant scream echoed through the night, chilling their bones. The next morning, the Thompsons learned from the local storekeeper that the entire block had been abandoned for years. Confused, they rushed home, only to find their front door ajar. Inside, the air was thick with dread. Their belongings were untouched, but the house trembled with an unearthly presence. Suddenly, a shuffling sound emerged from the basement. Heart pounding, they crept down the stairs, flashlight shaking in hand. What they found was a room filled with lifeless bodies, their faces frozen in terror. It became clear. The neighbors hadn't just disappeared, they had been taken. And as they turned to escape, the door slammed shut behind them, sealing their fate. There's a serene lake deep in the woods that's said to be cursed. The locals warn that anyone who swims in it disappears. Fiona didn't believe the stories and decided to take a dip on a dare. As she swam, the water grew colder, and the surface began to ripple unnaturally. She felt hands grasping her legs, pulling her under. Her friends heard her screams but saw nothing except bubbles rising to the surface. The next morning, the lake was perfectly still, but Fiona's face stared back at them from beneath the water.
What if the other world isn't just a dream, but a sinister realm for lost souls? According to a chilling fan theory, the other mother is not only a monster, but a collector of children's spirits. Some believe every button-eyed ghost was once a child lured in, trapped, and drained of life, mirroring real-life cases of children disappearing in mysterious circumstances. The theory suggests the other world exists to feed on loneliness and despair, echoing ancient legends of soul-eating witches. Could Coraline's escape have been the only one? Subscribe for more chilling theories.
The Parkers were thrilled to move to Silent Grove, a small, peaceful neighborhood surrounded by towering trees. The homes were beautiful, each one with a cozy front porch and neat yard. But from the first day, something felt wrong. The neighbors never appeared. Not once did anyone walk their dog, trim their hedges, or even step out to get the mail. The Parkers tried to make sense of it, chalking it up to the small-town tranquility, but the stillness began to feel oppressive. One evening, as dusk settled in, the wind carried a strange sound, a low, rhythmic thumping, like something heavy being dragged across the ground. The Parkers thought it came from the house next door and decided to investigate. The door was ajar. They hesitated, then stepped inside. The house was cold, unnaturally so. The furniture was covered in dust, and the air felt stale. The thumping sound grew louder as they moved deeper into the house, leading them to the basement door. With a sense of dread, they opened it. In the basement, a dim light flickered. The walls were lined with strange symbols, and in the center of the room were rows of wooden chairs. Sitting in each chair was a figure, lifeless but somehow aware, their eyes wide open, staring at the Parkers. Suddenly, the basement door slammed shut and the room fell silent. The Parkers turned, but it was too late. Their reflection in the basement mirror was no longer their own, it was the face of a stranger. Silent Grove had claimed them.
What if I told you about the black-eyed children? a mysterious and terrifying phenomenon that has been reported around the world. Imagine this. It's late at night, and there's an unexpected knock at your door. You peek outside and see two children standing there, their heads slightly lowered. They speak softly, asking to come in, maybe to use your phone or wait for a ride. At first, they seem ordinary, but something feels deeply wrong. Then you notice their eyes, completely black. No whites, no pupils, just endless voids staring back at you. Witnesses describe feeling a chilling, unexplainable fear in their presence. The children are eerily calm, but their persistence is unsettling, almost hypnotic. Legends warn that letting them in could bring catastrophe, though the true consequences remain unknown. No one knows where they come from or what they are. Spirits? Aliens? Demons? Their existence defies explanation, and their intentions remain a sinister mystery. So, if you ever hear a knock at night and see a pair of black, soulless eyes on the other side, remember, some doors are better left unopened. Subscribe for more haunting tales. What if the mascots cheering for your favorite teams hide sinister secrets? Dive into the eerie origins of sports mascots, where legends meet fear. The tale begins with the infamous mascot curse, a chilling story that haunts fans and players alike. In the early 1900s, a small-town team adopted a mascot said to bring luck. However, as victories mounted, strange events followed, mysterious accidents and eerie sightings. Some say these mascots are vessels for restless spirits seeking revenge. Variations of this theory suggest mascots embody the souls of past players, bound to the field. Real events like unexplained game day mishaps fuel these chilling tales. Subscribe for more dark discoveries.
The Mitchells were excited to move into their new home on Hawthorne Hill, a quiet street with old Victorian houses. The neighborhood looked perfect, peaceful, and secluded, but something felt off from the start. The streets were eerily empty. The neighbors' houses were well kept, yet no one was ever seen outside. The Mitchells thought it was odd, but dismissed it, until one evening when they noticed a faint glow from the house next door. Curious, they approached and found the door slightly open. Inside, the house was cold and silent. Dust covered every surface, but the furniture looked untouched. A grandfather clock ticked louder than it should have, and the stillness felt unnatural. The Mitchells felt a strange pull toward the basement. As they descended the stairs, the dim light revealed old photographs on the walls, each face blurred, as if erased. The basement door slammed shut behind them. Suddenly, a whisper filled the air. "You're not supposed to be here." Before they could react, the walls seemed to close in. The Mitchells tried to scream, but their voices were swallowed by the house. It dawned on them. They hadn't moved into a quiet neighborhood. They had moved into a place where time had stopped, and the residents had vanished, leaving only their memories behind. And now, the Mitchells had joined them, trapped in the house on Hawthorne Hill. While exploring the storage room of her new home, Claire uncovered an antique mirror framed in tarnished silver, its surface slightly warped. Fascinated, she hung it in her bedroom, unaware of the stories tied to it. The mirror had once belonged to a recluse named Eliza, who disappeared without a trace, leaving behind whispers of a cursed reflection that consumed her. At first, the mirror seemed ordinary, but soon Claire noticed oddities. Her reflection would linger a moment longer after she moved, or she'd catch glimpses of shadowy figures behind her that vanished when she turned around. Then her reflection began to change, smiling when she wasn't, or moving when she stood still. Terrified, Claire tried to cover the mirror, but the blanket slipped off during the night. One morning, she found the words, "Let me out," scrawled in the condensation on the glass. Researching the mirror's history, she discovered that Eliza had been trapped within it after performing a ritual to see her true self. When Claire attempted to remove the mirror, she realized it was impossible to lift. That night, her reflection spoke, its voice a chilling echo of her own. "Your turn to stay." The next morning, Claire's parents found an empty bedroom. The mirror hung on the wall, its surface now perfectly smooth, and a faint, muffled scream echoed whenever someone stood too close. When Sam moved into his fixer-upper, he noticed odd things. Creaks in the ceiling, missing food, faint footsteps at night. He chalked it up to the house settling, but one evening he found a handwritten note on his nightstand that read, "Thank you for letting me stay." Terrified, Sam searched the attic and found a makeshift bed and discarded wrappers. He moved out the next day, but not before installing a hidden camera. Reviewing the footage, he saw a gaunt figure staring down at him through the attic door, smiling.
On April 2nd, 1978, a thunderous explosion rocked Bell Island, Newfoundland, shattering windows and killing livestock. Locals reported a blinding blue flash and a strange metallic residue. Theories swirled. Was it a freak lightning storm or something far more sinister? Some claimed covert military tests or secret electromagnetic weapons were to blame, fueled by the sudden arrival of American scientists. The government offered no clear answers, deepening the enigma. To this day, the Bell Island boom remains unsolved. Want more chilling mysteries? Subscribe for the next story.
In the dusty attic of her grandmother's house, Lily stumbled upon an old doll, its porcelain face cracked, yet eerily beautiful. Intrigued, she brought it down to her room, unaware of its dark history. The doll once belonged to a girl named Evelyn, who mysteriously vanished one stormy night, leaving behind whispers of a jealous spirit. As Lily played with the doll, strange occurrences began. Shadows darted across her walls, and chilling whispers echoed in the silence. One night, she awoke to find the doll sitting upright at the end of her bed, its glassy eyes seemingly fixated on her. Heart racing, she tossed it aside. The next day, her friends wouldn't speak to her, their faces twisted in fear. Lily felt the weight of 1,000 stares, empty and cold, settling deep within her. Desperate, she researched the doll, uncovering the truth. Evelyn's spirit had never left, trapped within the porcelain shell, seeking revenge on those who dared disturb her rest. That night, Lily returned the doll to the attic, but it was gone. Instead, she found a note pinned to the wall in Evelyn's childish handwriting. "Now you play with me forever."
The chupacabra, a fearsome creature, first emerged in Puerto Rico in the 1990s, where it was blamed for the mysterious deaths of livestock, particularly goats. Eyewitness accounts describe it as a reptilian beast with sharp fangs and glowing eyes. Various reports from Mexico and the United States highlight its ability to drain the blood of animals, leaving behind lifeless bodies. Over the years, many interpretations of the legend have surfaced, from a government experiment gone wrong to an alien creature. Sightings and eerie noises in the night keep the legend alive, making the chupacabra a symbol of fear and fascination in Latin American folklore. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. The chupacabra, a fearsome creature, first emerged in Puerto Rico in the 1990s, where it was blamed for the mysterious deaths of livestock, particularly goats. Eyewitness accounts describe it as a reptilian beast with sharp fangs and glowing eyes. Various reports from Mexico and the United States highlight its ability to drain the blood of animals, leaving behind lifeless bodies. Over the years, many interpretations of the legend have surfaced, from a government experiment gone wrong to an alien creature. Sightings and eerie noises in the night keep the legend alive, making the chupacabra a symbol of fear and fascination in Latin American folklore. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, is a haunting figure in Latin American folklore, particularly in Mexico. Her tale begins with a beautiful woman named Maria, who fell in love with a wealthy man. After giving birth to 2 children, he abandoned her, leading to her madness. In a fit of rage and despair, she drowned her children in a river, only to realize her tragic mistake moments later. Consumed by grief, she took her own life. Legends say her spirit roams rivers and lakes, weeping for her lost children, luring the unsuspecting to their doom. Variations of the story exist, often warning children to avoid the water at night, fearing the sorrowful wails of La Llorona, a reminder of lost love and regret. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.
Emma loved exploring her new home, especially the attic. One night, while her parents slept, she heard soft whispers from above. Intrigued, she grabbed her flashlight and climbed the creaky stairs. The air was thick and cold, sending shivers down her spine. As she reached the top, the whispers grew louder, a cacophony of hushed voices calling her name. "Emma, come play." The beam of her flashlight flickered, revealing a dusty old mirror, its surface smeared and cracked. Suddenly, the whispering stopped. Emma leaned closer, entranced. In the reflection, shadows loomed behind her, grinning. She turned, but nothing was there. The next morning, her parents found only the mirror, and Emma was gone, forever trapped in the whispers. The Wendigo is a legendary creature from Algonquin folklore, symbolizing the dangers of greed and cannibalism. Originating from the cold forests of Canada, it is depicted as a gaunt, emaciated figure with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. The legend tells of individuals who, in times of famine, resorted to cannibalism, ultimately transforming into a Wendigo. Over the years, various accounts have emerged, painting the Wendigo as a cautionary tale against selfishness and moral decay. Real-life occurrences of mysterious disappearances in the wilderness have fueled the legend's chilling aura, leaving an indelible mark on both indigenous culture and modern horror narratives. Emma loved exploring her new home, especially the attic. One night, while her parents slept, she heard soft whispers from above. Intrigued, she grabbed her flashlight and climbed the creaky stairs. The air was thick and cold, sending shivers down her spine. As she reached the top, the whispers grew louder, a cacophony of hushed voices calling her name. "Emma, come play." The beam of her flashlight flickered, revealing a dusty old mirror, its surface smeared and cracked. Suddenly, the whispering stopped. Emma leaned closer, entranced. In the reflection, shadows loomed behind her, grinning. She turned, but nothing was there. The next morning, her parents found only the mirror, and Emma was gone, forever trapped in the whispers. Emma loved exploring her new home, especially the attic. One night, while her parents slept, she heard soft whispers from above. Intrigued, she grabbed her flashlight and climbed the creaky stairs. The air was thick and cold, sending shivers down her spine. As she reached the top, the whispers grew louder, a cacophony of hushed voices calling her name. "Emma, come play." The beam of her flashlight flickered, revealing a dusty old mirror, its surface smeared and cracked. Suddenly, the whispering stopped. Emma leaned closer, entranced. In the reflection, shadows loomed behind her, grinning. She turned, but nothing was there. The next morning, her parents found only the mirror, and Emma was gone, forever trapped in the whispers. In the heart of the Whispering Woods, locals speak of strange occurrences. It began with the disappearance of a hiker, a young woman named Clara, who ventured into the forest seeking solitude. Days later, her belongings were found scattered beneath an ancient oak, the air thick with an unsettling silence. Those who approached the tree reported hearing whispers, as if the woods themselves were alive, sharing secrets. Inspired by real events from 1960s rural folklore, the whispers grew louder, drawing unsuspecting visitors. Some claimed to see shadows flitting between trees, while others felt unseen hands brush against them, urging them deeper into the darkness. The Whispering Woods became a place of dread, where curiosity turned to terror. In a dusty attic, a forgotten dollhouse stands eerily still. Each room reflects the lives of the family that once inhabited it, yet whispers of tragedy linger in the air. The dollhouse belonged to the Thompson family, whose tragic fate remains shrouded in mystery. Neighbors spoke of strange noises and shadows flickering at night. One evening, a fire consumed their home, leaving only this dollhouse intact. Local legends say it's a vessel for their restless spirits. Visitors claim to hear faint cries from its tiny rooms and feel a chill when peering through its windows. The dolls, eerily lifelike, seem to watch every move. What secrets do they conceal, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover the truth? Waverly Hills Sanatorium, once a refuge for tuberculosis patients, now looms abandoned, cloaked in mystery. Built in 1910, it became notorious for its gruesome treatments and high mortality rates. Many patients reportedly roamed the halls, desperate for relief. Folklore speaks of Room 502, where a nurse allegedly took her own life, her spirit forever trapped, luring curious souls. Visitors recount chilling encounters, whispers, shadows darting in the corners, and the sense of being watched. The infamous body chute served as a dark passageway, further deepening the macabre aura. Today, Waverly Hills stands as a chilling reminder of suffering, beckoning ghost hunters and thrill seekers alike into its haunted embrace. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. In the 1980s, a series of devastating house fires in the UK sparked a chilling legend, the Crying Boy painting. This artwork, depicting a sorrowful boy, was said to bring misfortune to its owners. As flames consumed homes, investigators noticed a disturbing pattern. Most of the victims owned a copy of this painting. Tales emerged of the painting's origins. It was created by the artist Giovanni Bragolin, who, legend claims, was inspired by a tragic story of a boy orphaned by a fire. As the fires spread, unsettling stories of the painting's curse grew, leading to public outcry. People began to destroy or rid themselves of the paintings, hoping to escape the chilling grip of this haunted artwork. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. In 1922, the Hinterkaifeck murders stunned Germany. The Gruber family, consisting of Andreas, his wife Cecilia, their daughter Victoria, son Josef, and the maid Maria, were brutally killed in their isolated farmhouse. Days before the murders, Andreas discovered strange footprints in the snow leading to the house but found no signs of anyone. The family reported eerie sounds and a mysterious stranger lurking nearby. On the night of the murders, the farm remained eerily quiet, but the horrific aftermath revealed gruesome details. The perpetrator was never found, and theories erupted, ranging from family disputes to a vengeful spirit. The case remains one of Germany's most perplexing and chilling mysteries. Poveglia Island, a small landmass in the Venetian lagoon, holds a sinister reputation. From the 14th century, it served as a quarantine station for plague victims, with many meeting a gruesome end. The island transformed into a mental asylum in the late 19th century, where cruel experiments were conducted. Patients often reported sightings of dark figures and heard eerie voices. After its closure in the 1960s, the island became abandoned, shrouded in legends of restless spirits. Locals claim that the soil is infused with the ashes of the dead. Today, Poveglia stands as a chilling reminder of human suffering, attracting thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike who seek to uncover its dark past. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. La Llorona, or the Weeping Woman, is a haunting figure in Latin American folklore. Originating in Mexico, her story varies across regions, but the essence remains the same: a sorrowful woman who lost her children. According to legend, she drowned them in a fit of rage and, overcome by grief, now wanders rivers and lakes, crying for them. This tale serves as a cautionary warning to children about the dangers of straying too close to water. Some accounts suggest that La Llorona was once a beautiful woman named Maria who fell in love with a wealthy man. When he abandoned her, she sought revenge, leading to her tragic fate. Her mournful wails echo through the night, chilling anyone who dares to listen. Poveglia Island, a small landmass in the Venetian lagoon, holds a sinister reputation. From the 14th century, it served as a quarantine station for plague victims, with many meeting a gruesome end. The island transformed into a mental asylum in the late 19th century, where cruel experiments were conducted. Patients often reported sightings of dark figures and heard eerie voices. After its closure in the 1960s, the island became abandoned, shrouded in legends of restless spirits. Locals claim that the soil is infused with the ashes of the dead. Today, Poveglia stands as a chilling reminder of human suffering, attracting thrill seekers and ghost hunters alike who seek to uncover its dark past. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching. In 1922, the Hinterkaifeck murders stunned Germany. The Gruber family, consisting of Andreas, his wife Cecilia, their daughter Victoria, son Josef, and the maid Maria, were brutally killed in their isolated farmhouse. Days before the murders, Andreas discovered strange footprints in the snow leading to the house but found no signs of anyone. The family reported eerie sounds and a mysterious stranger lurking nearby. On the night of the murders, the farm remained eerily quiet, but the horrific aftermath revealed gruesome details. The perpetrator was never found, and theories erupted, ranging from family disputes to a vengeful spirit. The case remains one of Germany's most perplexing and chilling mysteries.
In Japan, whispers of Kuchisake Onna, the slit-mouthed woman, haunt the night. Originating in the Edo period, this vengeful spirit is said to wear a surgical mask, concealing a horrifying secret. Her mouth is slit from ear to ear. Legend claims she was a beautiful woman, betrayed by her husband, who mutilated her in a fit of rage. Now she roams city streets, asking victims if she's beautiful. If they answer truthfully, she reveals her disfigurement and asks, "How about now?" The terrified response often leads to a gruesome fate. This eerie tale has inspired countless stories and urban legends, blurring the line between reality and myth. Subscribe for more chilling tales.
In the depths of winter, Yuki Onna, the snow woman, emerges from the swirling snowstorms of Japan. This ethereal figure, draped in white, is said to lure weary travelers with her beauty and icy charm. Legends claim she was once a young woman who perished in a blizzard, transformed into a vengeful spirit. Her victims, entranced by her allure, are led to frozen graves, their breath visible in the frigid air. Variations of the tale exist, some depicting her as a benevolent spirit who saves children from the cold. However, the chilling essence remains. Encountering Yuki Onna often signifies doom. Dare to tread carefully in her snowy realm, and remember, the cold may not be the only danger lurking. Subscribe for more eerie tales. In Korea, the legend of Cheonyo Gaksi, or the ghostly bride, sends shivers through the spines of young men. It is said that she appears on rainy nights, dressed in a white wedding gown, her face obscured by a veil. Originating from a tale of a jilted bride who died tragically on her wedding day, she now haunts the living with her sorrowful wails. Victims describe her voice as enchanting, compelling them to follow her into the darkness. Some variations suggest she seeks revenge, while others portray her as a tragic figure yearning for love. Real encounters have been reported, where men vanish after seeing her. Beware the whispers of the night, for Cheonyo Gaksi's allure can be deadly. Subscribe for more chilling tales. In the dense forests of Rajasthan, India, the legend of Churel Ki Dulhan, or the Bride of the Churel, stirs fear among villagers. They say that on moonless nights, a ghostly woman appears along the winding village paths, dressed in an ornate red bridal lehenga. Her face is hidden by a thick veil, and she floats just above the ground, her anklets chiming in the silent night. According to the story, she was a bride abandoned on her wedding night. Betrayed and heartbroken, she wandered into the forest, never to return. Now, she haunts those same paths, seeking the companionship that was denied to her in life. Travelers and villagers tell of encountering her. Her voice is soft, almost musical, luring them into the forest. If someone follows, it's said they become enchanted, wandering deeper and deeper until they disappear, never to be seen again. Some say the Churail Ki Dulhan is merely a tragic figure, lonely and searching for solace. But others warn that she is vengeful, taking men into the forest to suffer the same fate she endured. True or not, villagers still avoid the forest paths on dark nights, wary of the bride's mournful call. Beware of the haunting allure of the Chural Ki Dulhan, for her sorrow could turn deadly. Subscribe for more chilling tales from India and beyond. In the quiet villages of Karnataka, India, the haunting legend of Nameless, or the night visitor, sends shivers through the community. According to the tale, a vengeful spirit roams the streets at night, knocking on doors and calling out in familiar voices, often sounding like a friend or family member. Her goal? To lure people out of their homes. But those who answer her call are never seen again. Locals believe Nameless is the restless spirit of a bride who suffered betrayal, cursed to wander the villages forever, searching for companionship or revenge. To protect themselves, villagers began writing Nameless on their doors, Canada for come tomorrow, hoping to confuse her, tricking her into leaving them alone for just one more night. The story of Nameless has become a powerful part of Karnataka's folklore, inspiring cautionary traditions and even influencing popular culture. While some dismiss it as a myth, many still heed the warning, locking their doors tightly and avoiding the whispers of the night. Beware the knocks after dark, for it might just be Nameless, the night visitor. Subscribe for more eerie legends and mysteries. In the small village of Lalapur, India, a legend whispers through the trees, the tale of the Chudale, a ghostly woman in white. Many believe she was once a devoted wife, wronged and betrayed, who perished under mysterious circumstances. Her spirit, consumed by rage, now roams the night, luring men with her beauty before revealing her true, horrifying form. Locals claim to hear her mournful wails echoing through the dark, often followed by eerie silence. Variations of the tale suggest she seeks revenge on unfaithful husbands. Some villagers recount chilling encounters, claiming she appears at dusk, her long hair billowing, eyes glowing with vengeance. Beware the Chudale, her sorrow may cost you your soul. Subscribe for more haunting tales. In East Anglia, the legend of Black Shuck looms large. This ghostly hound, known for its massive size and glowing eyes, is said to roam the countryside, bringing terror to those who encounter it. Originating in the 12th century, tales of Shuck often describe it appearing near churches and graveyards, signaling doom. Variants of the legend claim that seeing the hound foretells death or disaster. Some believe it is a manifestation of lost souls, while others think it is a guardian of the dead. Eyewitness accounts describe a chilling presence, sometimes accompanied by a deep growl. Black Shuck remains a haunting symbol of fear and mystery in English folklore. Subscribe for more chilling tales. The Banshee, a spectral figure from Irish folklore, is known as a harbinger of death. Traditionally depicted as a woman in white or gray, her mournful wail signals the impending demise of a family member. The legend has origins that trace back to ancient Celtic beliefs, where she was seen as a fairy or goddess of death. Variations abound. Some say she appears as a beautiful maiden, others as a haggard old woman. Reports of real encounters have surfaced over centuries, often linked to tragic events. People claim to have heard her chilling cries, foretelling their loved one's passing. The Banshee remains a potent symbol of sorrow in Irish culture. Subscribe for more chilling tales. Aokigahara, known as Japan's suicide forest, lies at the foot of Mount Fuji, a place both serene and eerie. This dense woodland is steeped in legends of yurei, or restless spirits, believed to wander among the trees. The forest's haunting allure has led many to seek solace in its depths, but the silence conceals a darker truth. Originating in the 19th century, tales of despair intertwined with folklore, leading to its grim association. Some say the spirits of those lost to despair linger, whispering to wanderers, drawing them deeper. Real events, like the alarming number of suicides, only add to its chilling reputation. Dare to tread the path, but beware the darkness that pursues. Subscribe for more eerie tales. In the dense jungles of Southeast Asia, the legend of the Pontianak haunts the night. This vengeful spirit, believed to be the restless soul of a woman who died during childbirth, emerges under the moonlight, seeking revenge on unsuspecting men. Her disheveled hair covers a pale face, and her wails echo through the trees, signaling her presence. Stories tell of men disappearing after crossing her path, their screams swallowed by the darkness. Variations of the legend speak of her enticing victims with beauty before revealing her true form. Some say she can be appeased, but others urge caution. Beware the night, for the Pontianak is ever watchful. Subscribe for more chilling tales. In Korean folklore, the gumiho is a 9-tailed fox spirit, a shapeshifter known for its beauty and cunning. Originating from ancient tales, this creature is said to transform into a stunning woman to lure unsuspecting men. However, beneath its alluring exterior lies a dark hunger. The gumiho craves human hearts to sustain its existence. Variations of the legend exist, with some depicting the gumiho as a tragic figure cursed to roam the earth for eternity. Real events, such as unexplained disappearances near remote villages, have fueled the myth. The gumiho's story serves as a haunting reminder of desire and deception. Subscribe for more chilling legends from around the world. In the heart of Asia lies the Whispering Woods, a forest steeped in chilling legends. Locals tell of ancient spirits that wander the trees, whispering secrets to lure unsuspecting travelers. Originating from stories passed down through generations, these woods have become a cautionary tale for those who dare to enter after dusk. Many speak of hearing their names called softly, drawing them deeper into the shadows. Variations of the tale suggest that those who heed the whispers may never return. Some believe real events inspired these tales, with missing persons linked to the cursed woods. As night falls, silence envelops the forest, leaving only the haunting whispers. Subscribe for more chilling tales.
If you're a fan of the spooky and mysterious, you need to hear these 5 creepy superstitions from around the world. In Russia, whistling indoors is a no-no. They believe it invites evil spirits and financial ruin. Moving to Japan, don't stick your chopsticks upright in rice. It's a bad omen, resembling incense at funerals. Ever heard of the evil eye? In Middle Eastern cultures, this glare can curse you with bad luck. Protect yourself with a blue talisman called a nazar. In Spain, Tuesday the 13th is their unlucky day. They say on a Tuesday don't get married or embark on a journey. And finally, in Mexico, sweeping someone's feet means they'll never get married. So, be careful with that broom. Superstitions might seem silly, but they're a fascinating peek into cultural fears and beliefs. What superstitions do you follow? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this eerie journey, hit the like button and subscribe for more.
Ready to lose some sleep? These creepypasta tales will haunt you long after the screen goes dark. First up, the Russian sleep experiment. Scientists kept prisoners awake for 15 days, and what they turned into, well, let's just say it's nightmare fuel. Next, Candle Cove, a mysterious kids' TV show that only a few remember. But what if the children weren't just watching the show? What if they were part of it? Then there's Smile Dog, an eerie image that once you see it haunts your dreams until you share it. The saying goes, spread the word or face the curse. And for the grand finale, Jeff the Killer, a disfigured, psychotic character who whispers, go to sleep before his victim's final moments. His grin? Impossible to forget. Think you can handle more? Hit that like button if you dare. Sweet dreams, if you can sleep at all.
In the shadowy waters of the Philippine seas, the legend of the Sirena haunts fishermen and sailors alike. This enchanting siren, often depicted as a beautiful woman with the tail of a fish, is said to lure men with her mesmerizing voice. Originating from local folklore, tales of the Sirena vary. Some say she was a mortal woman heartbroken by a sailor, cursed to seek vengeance. Others claim she protects the sea, luring greedy fishermen to their demise. Real-life accounts of missing boats and drowned sailors have fueled these chilling stories. The siren's call is irresistible, echoing through the waves, a reminder that some treasures come at a deadly price. Subscribe for more tales of terror. In the dark jungles of Malaysia, the legend of the Orang Minyak, or Oily Man, sends shivers down spines. This spectral figure, covered in thick black oil, is said to emerge at night, preying on unsuspecting women. Originating from tales of a cursed man, The orang minyak is believed to have been a Malay who, after being rejected, turned to dark magic for revenge. Variations of the story depict him as a tortured soul, forever trapped between the living and the dead. Real-life accounts include mysterious disappearances linked to sightings of this eerie figure. As the night falls, remember, the orang minyak may be lurking just beyond the shadows. Subscribe for more chilling tales. Maria was home alone, scrolling through her phone late at night when she got a text from her mom. "I'm almost home. Don't forget to lock the doors." Her stomach dropped. Her mom was already home. Maria had said goodnight to her hours ago and watched her walk into her bedroom. Trying to calm herself, she replied, "What do you mean? You're already here." A few seconds later, another text came through. "No, I'm still at work. Who's in the house with you?" Maria's breath hitched. Her hands trembled as she slowly crept toward her mom's room. Her heart pounded with every step. She pressed her ear against the door but heard nothing. Gathering her courage, Maria turned the doorknob and peeked inside. The bed was empty. Her phone buzzed again. This time the message read, "Sweetheart, if you're in the house, don't go near it." Suddenly, the sound of slow, deliberate footsteps echoed down the hall behind her. And then, close, far too close, she heard a low whisper. "Why didn't you lock the doors, Maria?" In the shadowy waters of Japan's rivers lurks the kappa, a terrifying creature known for its green skin and turtle-like shell. Originating from ancient folklore, this river demon is said to lure unsuspecting victims to their doom. The kappa's most infamous trait? A dish filled with water atop its head, which holds its power. If it spills, it becomes weak. Tales warn of children disappearing near rivers, dragged into the abyss by this malevolent being. Some say the kappa steals souls for sustenance. Variations across regions depict it as both mischievous and deadly. Encountering a kappa is a chilling reminder to respect nature's depths. Subscribe for more chilling tales. The legend of the Pontianak, rooted in Malay folklore, tells of a vengeful spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. Her sorrow transforms her into a haunting figure, often described as a pale woman with long black hair and blood-red eyes. The Pontianak is known to lure men with her beautiful cries, only to reveal her true form when they approach. She seeks revenge on those who wronged her in life, often targeting unfaithful husbands. Variations of the tale exist across Indonesia and Malaysia, with some claiming she can be placated by burying a knife under her grave. Encounters with the Pontianak have left many terrified, warning us to tread carefully at night. Subscribe for more chilling stories. In the heart of Vietnam, whispered tales tell of the wailing woman of the river. Legend has it she was once a loving mother, tragically losing her child to the river's depths. Consumed by grief, she now roams the riverbanks, her mournful cries echoing through the night. Locals say her presence brings misfortune, and many have reported eerie sightings, a pale figure draped in white, searching desperately as the waters lap against the shore. Variations of her story abound. Some claim she lures children close, while others warn of her vengeful spirit. Those who hear her cries are urged to leave offerings, lest they become her next victims. Subscribe for more chilling tales from the shadows. In the dim alleys of an abandoned town, whispered stories speak of the cartoon cat, a grinning, otherworldly figure with long, elastic limbs and jet-black fur. Legend says this creature was born from forgotten animations, left to decay in the void between reels. Now it stalks the edges of reality, lurking in shadowy corners where no light can reach. Those who encounter cartoon cat describe its unsettling appearance. A distorted smile too wide for its face, hollow eyes that seem to pierce through you, and an eerie, static-filled laugh that sends shivers down the spine. Some say it preys on curiosity, luring victims with its cartoonish charm, before revealing its monstrous nature. Others believe it feeds on fear, growing stronger with every scream. The truth behind cartoon cat remains a mystery, but one thing is certain: when the world feels too quiet and the shadows stretch unnaturally long, beware. It might be closer than you think. Subscribe for more spine-chilling legends from the dark corners of imagination. In Irish folklore, the Dullahan is a terrifying figure, a headless horseman who rides a black steed, carrying his own head under one arm. This eerie specter is said to appear at night, signaling the imminent death of a person. The origins of the Dullahan are steeped in ancient Celtic beliefs about the supernatural. Variations of the legend describe him using a whip made from a human spine, and his head's hollow eye sockets glow with a ghastly light. Folklore tells of real events where the Dullahan's appearance heralded death, making him both a harbinger of doom and a terrifying figure in the shadows. His chilling presence still echoes in Irish culture today. Subscribe for more. Deep in the shadow of Mount Fuji lies Aokigahara, known as Japan's suicide forest. This dense woodland, rich with lush trees, is steeped in tragedy and despair. The legend dates back centuries, linked to the practice of ubasuti, where the elderly were abandoned. A haunting atmosphere permeates the forest, amplified by the sounds of eerie silence. Many have wandered its paths seeking solace, only to find their final resting place. Reports of ghostly apparitions and unexplained phenomena add to its chilling lore. Real-life events have drawn attention, with signs urging visitors to reconsider. Aokigahara remains a chilling reminder of grief and lost souls. Subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. Deep within the heart of Rajasthan's Thar Desert lies Kuldara, a ghostly village shrouded in mystery and sorrow. Abandoned overnight over 2 centuries ago, its crumbling ruins whisper tales of betrayal and vengeance. Legend has it that Kuldara was once a thriving settlement of the Palawal Brahmins, a prosperous community known for their wisdom and wealth. But prosperity came at a cost. A cruel and corrupt minister, Salim Singh, demanded an exorbitant tax and sought the hand of a village chief's daughter. Faced with his tyranny, the villagers chose a path of defiance. In the dead of night, they vanished without a trace, leaving behind homes, temples, and a chilling curse. No one would ever inhabit Kuldara again. To this day, locals report eerie sounds echoing through the ruins. Shadows seem to move in the moonlight, and visitors speak of an oppressive energy that lingers in the air. Despite repeated attempts to resettle the village, misfortune befalls anyone who dares. Kuldara stands as a haunting monument to despair and defiance, frozen in time. What truly happened that fateful night remains one of India's enduring mysteries. Subscribe for more haunting legends and untold secrets. In the deserts of the American Southwest, the legend of the Skinwalker strikes fear into the hearts of the Navajo people. Known as Yi-Naldlushi, these malevolent shapeshifters are said to be witches who can transform into animals or mimic human voices. Originating from ancient Navajo traditions, Skinwalkers are believed to gain their powers through dark rituals, often involving the desecration of a loved one's grave. Reports of encounters tell of eerie sounds, shadowy figures, and sudden animal attacks. Some even claim to have seen them in their transformed state. Beware the chilling tales, for under the full moon, they may be lurking. Subscribe for more spine-tingling stories. In Japan, the legend of Teke Teke tells of a girl who met a gruesome fate, severed in half by a train. Her spirit, filled with rage and sorrow, became Teke Teke, a vengeful ghost. She haunts the urban landscapes, dragging her upper body, emitting a terrifying sound that echoes her name. Originating in the early 20th century, the tale has evolved through local retellings, often warning children to be cautious at night. Some claim Teke Teke seeks revenge on those who cross her path, appearing in school bathrooms or near train stations. Many believe the legend was inspired by real-life accidents, making her story all the more chilling. Subscribe for more spine-tingling tales. What if I told you there's a ghostly tale that haunts the roads of Ghana? The Vanishing Hitchhiker is a chilling story of a young woman who appears on dark, lonely highways, seeking a ride. Drivers often pick her up, noticing her beautiful but sorrowful face. She asks to be taken to a specific location, but mysteriously vanishes from the car, leaving only a lingering coldness. This tale has origins in real events, as some believe she is the spirit of a woman who died tragically. Variations include different locations and reasons for her ghostly presence, but all share a common theme: vengeance for her untimely demise. Subscribe for more eerie tales from around the world. What if I told you there's a place in Kenya where the trees whisper? Known as the Whispering Forest, this eerie location is said to be haunted by spirits of those who met untimely ends. Originating from local folklore, travelers speak of hearing unearthly whispers that lure them deeper into the woods. Some say these voices belong to lost souls seeking help, while others believe they are warnings. The forest's dark history is tied to colonial-era atrocities, leaving a lingering energy that haunts the living. Locals advise against entering alone after dark, as many have vanished without a trace. If you dare, tread carefully. But remember, some whispers aren't meant to be answered. Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if I told you that deep within Kenya lies a forest shrouded in mystery? The Whispering Forest of Kijabe is infamous for its ghostly voices that echo among the trees. Locals believe these whispers are the souls of those who perished tragically in the area. The origin of this haunting can be traced back to a devastating train accident in the early 1900s, where numerous lives were lost. As the story goes, on foggy nights, passers-by report hearing soft, mournful cries and pleading voices. Variations of the tale suggest that the whispers can lure unsuspecting travelers into the depths of the forest, leading them to disappear without a trace. Subscribe for more chilling stories that will keep you awake at night. What if I told you about the Abiku, a haunting presence in Yoruba mythology? These are the spirits of children who die young, only to return to the living. Legends say they are born to families destined for tragedy, coming and going as they please. Their return is often marked by strange occurrences and the scent of decay. Families, desperate to keep their children safe, have been known to perform rituals to bind these spirits. Variations of the tale exist, with some saying the Abiku is a trickster, luring others to their fate. Stories of real-life encounters add to the terror, leaving many to wonder about the true nature of these elusive spirits. Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if I told you about the Shanex, mischievous spirits from the dense forests of Mexico? These elusive entities, rooted in the folklore of the Veracruz region, are said to protect the jungle from intruders. Legends claim that those who venture too deep into the forest without respect for nature may fall victim to the Chanex, who lead them astray. The lost wanderers, confused and disoriented, might hear faint laughter or footsteps echoing in the distance, only to find themselves in the same spot they started, trapped in a loop. Some say these spirits can transform into animals, or even shadows, blending with the trees. Are you bold enough to face these crafty guardians of the wild? Subscribe for more eerie tales from the heart of the unknown. Did you know that a ghost once solved its own murder? In 1897, the Greenbrier ghost of West Virginia became a key figure in a chilling and extraordinary case. Elva Zona Heister was found dead under mysterious circumstances, and her husband, Erasmus Shue, claimed it was a natural death. But Elva's mother, Mary Jane, had a different story. She said Elva's ghost appeared to her, revealing that Erasmus had strangled her in a fit of rage. This shocking revelation led to the exhumation of Elva's body, where an autopsy confirmed the ghost's claims. Erasmus was convicted of murder, making this one of the few cases where the supernatural helped bring justice. For more spine-chilling tales, hit subscribe and explore the mysteries of the unknown. What if I told you there exists a creature in South America known as the Pishtaco? This vampire-like being is said to roam the Andes, targeting unsuspecting travelers. Legends claim that the Pishtaco preys on the blood and fat of its victims, using their essence to gain power. Originating from indigenous folklore, the myth intensified during colonization, fueled by fears of exploitation and loss. Accounts vary, with some describing the Pishtako as a tall, pale figure, while others depict it as a monstrous spirit. In real events, unexplained disappearances in remote areas have been linked to this eerie legend. Beware, for the Pishtako may be watching you. Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if I told you about La Ciguanaba, a haunting figure from El Salvador? Legend speaks of a beautiful woman who lures men into the night, only to reveal her true form, a terrifying skeletal visage. Originating from indigenous tales, her story warns against infidelity and irresponsible behavior. Variations suggest she preys on those who stray from their loved ones, seeking vengeance for a betrayal. Many claim to have encountered her ghostly form near rivers and dark roads, where she calls out to the unsuspecting. Her eerie laughter echoes through the night, leaving victims lost forever. Beware, for La Ciguanaba's beauty masks a deadly secret. Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if I told you that the Slender Man, an internet meme, transformed into a terrifying urban legend? Originating in 2009 on a forum, he was depicted as a tall, faceless figure haunting children. This fictional creation quickly morphed into something sinister. Variations of his story emerged, claiming he abducted children or drove them to madness. In 2014, the legend took a horrifying turn when two girls, influenced by the myth, attempted to murder a classmate to appease him. This chilling incident revealed how far the fan theory had penetrated young minds. The Slender Man serves as a reminder of how folklore can evolve and influence reality. Subscribe for more eerie tales. What if I told you the Red Room holds the darkest secrets of Hill House? This chilling space is a character all its own, adapting to the fears and desires of those who enter. Originating from the novel by Shirley Jackson, the Red Room symbolizes personal trauma and the ghosts of the past. Many believe it reflects the family's struggles, revealing their hidden terrors. Variations of the theory suggest it's a manifestation of grief or a portal to the afterlife, echoing real events of loss and mental illness. The unsettling atmosphere leaves viewers questioning reality itself. To uncover more mysteries, don't forget to subscribe for the latest theories that will haunt your thoughts. What if I told you there was a mysterious arcade game that could warp your mind? Enter Polybius, a game that supposedly emerged in the early 1980s in Portland, Oregon. According to urban legend, this enigmatic game was said to induce seizures, nightmares, and even madness in those who played it. Gamers reported vivid hallucinations and psychological changes. Some claimed it was a government experiment designed to test mind control techniques on unsuspecting children. The origins of Polybius are shrouded in mystery, with no concrete evidence of its existence, leading many to speculate if it was merely a myth. Could it be that some games are better left unplayed? Subscribe for more eerie tales like this one. If you see strange lights at night in the Ural Mountains, just run. In 1959, a group of 9 experienced hikers mysteriously perished at Dyatlov Pass. Their tent was found cut open from the inside, and the hikers fled into the freezing wilderness without adequate clothing. Some had bizarre injuries. One victim had a missing tongue, while others displayed inexplicable trauma, resembling a car crash but without external wounds. Rumors of secret military tests or Yeti encounters have fueled speculation. This chilling event remains unsolved, with theories ranging from aliens to government cover-ups. What truly happened that fateful night? Subscribe for more eerie stories. If you see the other mother at night in your dreams, just run. This character, with her button eyes and sinister smile, is rooted in deeper horrors than her whimsical appearance suggests. The theory posits that she represents a dark manifestation of parental neglect and abandonment. Originating from Neil Gaiman's novella, The Other Mother is a twisted reflection of Coraline's real mother, who is overwhelmed and inattentive. Variations of this theory explore the unsettling idea that she lures children into a false paradise to feed on their souls, a grim echo of real-life stories of child exploitation. The haunting visuals and chilling essence of The Other Mother remind us of the dark corners of our own realities. Subscribe for more eerie tales. If you see a familiar yellow sponge at night in a dark ocean, just run. There's a terrifying theory that suggests Bikini Bottom is an underwater post-apocalyptic world. This theory originated from fans piecing together the bizarre and often surreal elements of the show. The colorful sea creatures and whimsical settings hide a grim reality, hinting at the aftermath of nuclear war. The characters might represent the remnants of humanity, coping with their tragic fate. Variations of the theory explore the idea that the ocean is a graveyard, with the cheerful facade masking deep sorrow. Dive deep into this chilling narrative. Subscribe for more eerie tales. If you see a shadowy figure at night in Arendelle, just run. The chilling theory surrounding Disney's Frozen suggests that Elsa and Anna's parents are part of a darker narrative than viewers realize. Legend has it that their ship sank in a storm, but some fans believe they did not perish. Instead, they were victims of a sinister plot to hide a dark secret about their royal lineage. This theory connects to real events, such as maritime tragedies and royal betrayals throughout history. The chilling implications suggest that their disappearance was orchestrated to eliminate a threat to the kingdom. As layers of this haunting tale unfold, one wonders what else lies beneath the surface. Subscribe for more chilling theories. What if the story of Frozen isn't as magical as it seems? A chilling theory suggests that Elsa and Anna's parents didn't simply vanish in a storm. Instead, they were victims of a sinister plot tied to dark secrets about their royal lineage. Could their disappearance have been orchestrated to protect the kingdom from a dangerous truth? This theory takes us beyond animation, linking to real-world maritime tragedies and royal betrayals. What lies beneath the surface of this haunting tale? Stay tuned for more chilling theories. What if all you know about summoning spirits was a lie? The Midnight Game is a chilling ritual that beckons dark entities into your home. Originating from ancient pagan practices, this game requires participants to light a candle, write their name on paper, and run from a malevolent spirit. The game starts at midnight, where players must evade the spirit for 3 hours, or face horrifying consequences. Variations of the game exist, with some claiming it's a test of bravery. Real events have fueled its fearsome reputation, leading to stories of players experiencing terrifying hauntings. Dare to play? Remember, once invited, these spirits may never leave. Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if all you know about reality was a lie? The Mandela effect suggests that countless people share false memories of events, characters, and pop culture moments. Originating from Nelson Mandela's death, which many recalled occurring in the 1980s, the effect raises chilling questions about our perception of reality. Variations include misremembered movie quotes like, "Luke, I am your father," and the Berenstain Bears confusion. Some believe these discrepancies hint at alternate dimensions or time travel. Others argue it's a mass psychological phenomenon. Real-life tragedies, like the loss of the Titanic, may also feed this eerie narrative. Are we living in a simulation? Subscribe for more chilling tales. What if all you know about the Blair Witch Project was a lie? The film, released in 1999, captivated audiences with its raw, found footage style. But its origins delve into unsettling real-life events. The myth of the Blair Witch traces back to the 18th century, inspired by tales of a woman accused of witchcraft in Burkittsville, Maryland. Locals claimed she cursed the forest, leading to eerie disappearances. In the film, 3 filmmakers vanish, echoing these stories. The chilling ambiguity between fact and fiction made viewers question reality. The filmmakers capitalized on local legends, blurring lines that still haunt fans today. Subscribe for more spine-chilling tales. What if I told you about a house no one escapes alive? In Hunter x Hunter, the Zoldyck family mansion looms atop Kukuru Mountain, guarded by deadly beasts and electrified gates. Home to the world's most feared assassins, The mansion is said to hide unspeakable horrors within its walls. Though fictional, fans wonder, could the Zoldyck legend be inspired by real tales of isolated clans and their deadly secrets? Subscribe for more stories that blur the line between fiction and reality. What if a whistle meant your doom? In Venezuela and Colombia, the chilling legend of El Silbón has terrified generations. Cursed to wander the earth for murdering his father, El Silbón carries a sack of bones and haunts the night. His whistle deceives, sounding distant when he's close and near when he's far. He preys on drunks, womanizers, or those who linger outside late at night. Victims often turn up dead, drained of blood, with no sign of struggle. Some say he's a warning to live a virtuous life, while others claim to have heard his eerie whistle in the still of the night. Would you recognize the sound before it's too late? What if everything you knew about Poltergeist was a lie? The iconic 1982 film Poltergeist isn't just famous for its chilling storyline. It's also surrounded by one of Hollywood's most enduring legends, the so-called Poltergeist curse. It all began with a controversial decision during production, using real human skeletons to make the movie feel more authentic. This unsettling choice sparked rumors of a curse that seemed to follow the cast and crew. Over the years, some key cast members faced strange and unexpected events in their lives, fueling the speculation that something eerie might have been at play. Fans have long debated whether the film's dark themes somehow bled into reality, creating an air of mystery that lingers to this day. Could it all just be a coincidence? Or is there more to this chilling tale? What if all you know about the Hope Diamond was a lie? This stunning gem, known for its deep blue hue, is rumored to bring misfortune and tragedy to its owners. The tale begins with its origins in India, where it was stolen from a Hindu temple, said to belong to a goddess. This act of theft set off a chain of calamities. Owners faced mysterious deaths, madness, and financial ruin. King Louis XVI and his family were not spared. Their fates ended in execution. Variations of the story suggest the diamond carries a curse, punishing those who possess it. Many believe the jewel is still cursed today, haunting its current owner. Could it be that the legend holds a sinister truth? Subscribe for more chilling stories. What if the truth behind the dancing plague of 1518 is more terrifying than you've ever imagined? It was a hot summer in Strasbourg, France, when an inexplicable phenomenon took hold of the town. A woman named Frau Trophea began dancing in the streets, without music, without stopping. Days passed, and her movements grew frantic, her feet bleeding, yet she couldn't stop. Soon, dozens of others joined her. Men, women, and children danced uncontrollably, their bodies convulsing in rhythm to an invisible beat. Within a month, the number of dancers had swelled to over 400. Some collapsed from exhaustion. Others suffered heart attacks or strokes. But why? Theories abound. Was it ergot poisoning, a hallucinogenic mold on bread that induced hysteria? Or a mass psychogenic illness fueled by stress and superstition? But some accounts suggest something far darker. Witnesses claimed to see shadowy figures lurking near the dancers, figures that seemed to move in unison with them, pulling their strings like puppeteers. Others whispered that the dancers' eyes were vacant, as if their souls were no longer their own. Some priests believed it was divine punishment, while others feared it was the work of the devil himself. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the dancing stopped, leaving only lifeless bodies and unanswered questions. What really happened in 1518? Was it a plague, a curse, or something even more sinister? Something that still lingers, waiting to strike again? Want more chilling mysteries from the past? Subscribe for stories that will haunt your nights. In 1872, the Mary Celeste was found drifting aimlessly in the Atlantic Ocean, its sails tattered but intact. The ship was eerily silent, the crew nowhere to be found. A half-eaten meal sat abandoned on the captain's table, and the ship's lifeboat was missing. Yet, there were no signs of a struggle. No blood, no damage, nothing to explain the vanishing. Speculation ran wild. Pirates? Mutiny? A deadly storm? But the more investigators looked, the stranger the mystery became. Personal belongings were untouched, and the ship's cargo was undisturbed. Some sailors who later boarded the Mary Celeste claimed they felt an oppressive presence, as if the ship itself was alive and watching. Legends whispered that the ship had been cursed long before that doomed voyage. Others claimed ghostly figures were seen on deck at night, and some even believed the crew had been lured away by phantom lights on the water. Whatever happened, the Mary Celeste's empty decks remain a haunting enigma. What secrets do the waves keep hidden? Subscribe for more chilling mysteries of the deep. What if all you know about the Conjuring House was a lie? Originating from real-life events in the 1970s, this infamous location is steeped in horror. The Perron family who moved in experienced unexplained phenomena, whispers, cold spots, and ghostly apparitions. Ed and Lorraine Warren, renowned paranormal investigators, were called to help. They claimed the house was haunted by a witch named Bathsheba Sherman, who once lived there and cursed anyone who dared to take her land. The family's terrifying encounters inspired chilling tales, blurring reality and fiction. Are the Warrens' claims fabricated, or is something sinister lurking within those walls? Subscribe for more eerie stories.
When Anna moved into her new apartment, she discovered a large walk-in closet. But no matter how much she put inside, it never filled. Curious, she stepped deeper in and found it stretched endlessly, its walls lined with unfamiliar clothes. She tried to turn back but couldn't find the entrance. The farther she walked, the darker it became. Then she heard the faint rustling of fabric, followed by a voice whispering her name. Weeks later, her landlord opened the closet to find it empty, except for a single shoe and her phone playing a faint recording. "Help me." Matt's hotel room was ordinary at first, a bland bed, beige walls, a small TV. But as the night progressed, the layout seemed to shift. The bed moved closer to the door, the wallpaper patterns changed, and the TV displayed static faces that whispered his name. He tried leaving, but the door led back into the room. Panicking, Matt smashed the window only to find another wall behind it. By morning, the room was empty, and the hotel staff swore it had never existed. In a forgotten antique shop, Maria found a candle said to grant wishes. Intrigued, she lit it and wished for wealth. The next day, she found money in her bank account, far more than she'd ever had. But the candle didn't extinguish. Her second wish, for love, came true when a charming stranger appeared in her life. Still, the candle burned. On her third wish, for eternal youth, Maria noticed her reflection growing paler, her shadow vanishing. By the time the candle burned out, Maria was gone, her essence absorbed by the flame, leaving only the unlit candle behind for the next victim.
What if, from the world of the dark web, there's a haunted digital room, an infamous chat room whispered about in hacker forums? Legend claims it appears only at midnight, with a cryptic invite sent to random users. Those who enter are greeted by ghostly avatars, endless static and chilling messages begging for help. The terrifying part? Some say users vanish in real life, their profiles still active, sending out desperate cries for escape. Inspired by real tales of unexplained disappearances online, this cursed room's origins remain a mystery. Subscribe for more haunting legends.
As night draped the town in darkness, a group of friends ventured into the woods, drawn by an ancient legend of a tomb hidden beneath the roots of an ancient oak. The air thickened with apprehension, but curiosity propelled them forward. They stumbled upon the crumbling entrance, half-buried and overgrown, a threshold to another time. A faint whisper echoed within, beckoning them to enter. Each step inside felt wrong, like the tomb itself was alive, breathing with secrets long forgotten. The deeper they went, the more palpable the whispers became, swirling around them like a dark wind. Shadows danced on the walls, twisted faces forming in the stone. Suddenly, one friend, Sarah, stopped, her eyes glazed over, entranced by the darkness. "Listen," she breathed, as if she could hear something they couldn't. The others pulled her back, but she was already slipping away, drawn into the abyss. They tried to escape, but the whispers grew louder, drowning out their cries. In a final desperate act, they fled, leaving Sarah behind. As they burst into the night, the whispers faded, replaced by an eerie silence. Days later, Sarah's name was found carved into the trunk of the ancient oak, her fate sealed in the darkness, a warning for those who dared to follow the whispers of the tomb. The Carsons were eager to start fresh on Elm Street, a quiet, tree-lined road in a small town. Their new house, a charming two-story, seemed perfect, tucked away from the bustle of city life. But as soon as they arrived, they noticed something strange. The street was silent. Not a single neighbor was seen outside. The houses around them were immaculate, yet there was an unsettling stillness in the air. No dogs barking, no children playing, just a thick silence hanging over everything. As the days passed, the Carsons grew more uneasy. One evening, they saw movement through the curtains of the house across the street, a shadow darting past the window. They watched, but no one came out. Driven by a growing sense of curiosity, they decided to visit the house. The door creaked open when they tried it, and the air inside was damp and cold. The rooms were perfectly arranged, but everything felt wrong. Stale, like the house had been abandoned for years. The basement door was slightly ajar. The Carsons descended, their hearts pounding, and found a strange room with rows of empty chairs. In each chair, an outline was visible, as if someone had recently sat there. The air grew heavier, and as they turned to leave, a voice whispered from the shadows, "Stay with us." The door slammed shut behind them. The Carsons' reflection in the dusty mirror wasn't their own. It was a face they didn't recognize. Elm Street had claimed them, and they were now part of the shadows